Pronounced as a nation bereft of oil by the initial studies, ONGC was not the one to take things hands down. With grit and gumption as its accoutrements, it set out to challenge every such nation. ONGC proved the detractors wrong on land first, and then bolstered by its success, even venturing offshore. The reconnaissance surveys by the Russian ship Akademik Akaglens indicated strong possibility of oil and gas in the western offshore. ONGC's first drilling rig, Sagar Samrat, was inducted for exploration off the coast of Mumbai in January 1974. On February 19, 1974, within 3 weeks, the rig spudded oil and Bombay High was born. A remarkable feat along with this discovery was the speed at which this discovery was put to production. For a giant field of this size, the first barrel of oil was pumped to the waiting tanker in a still unbroken record of 26 months. Alongside came the challenge of laying the pipelines for tapping the production. ONGCians, with their remarkable commitment and alacrity, successfully laid the 203-kilometer subsea pipeline to Uran, where first gas and later oil flowed on June 11th and June 14, 1978 respectively. Today, the Western Offshore comprises of 3 assets, namely the Mumbai High asset, the Neelam and Hira asset, and the Baseen and Satellite asset. Till March 21, 22, it has produced 12.66 MMT of oil and 15.68 BCM of gas, while 2,184 kilotons of VAP had been produced at Uran and Hazira plants. The Mumbai High asset, the oldest and the largest of the 3 assets, currently produces 1.59 lakh barrels of oil per day and more than 11.5 MMS CMD of gas. It had peaked its production in 1984-85 at around 4 lakh BOPD and 27 MMS CMD of gas, a figure that was sustained for 6 years before the natural decline of the reservoir pressures reduced the production. The decline was countered by the redevelopment schemes spread in phases, which helped sustain the production at current production levels even 40 years after discovery of the field. To tap production in a more viable manner from the marginal fields of the AMH asset, cluster development approach has been adopted and production of more than 16,000 BOPD is being done through FPSO. The Neelam and Hira asset comprises of 3 major fields, Neelam, Hira and Ratna. The asset currently produces more than 54,000 BOPD of oil and more than 2.5 MMS CMD. The asset has been instrumental in inducting innovative technologies and is the first asset to have multilateral and sidetrack wells. It has also been successfully recovering the LP flare gas by installing rotary screw compressor at Hira. The Baseen and Satellite asset is a conglomeration of the Baseen gas field and Satellite oil and gas fields. It is the largest gas-producing asset of the nation, which is producing around 28.1 MMS CMD of gas and about 56,200 BOPD of oil from its various fields. Most of this gas production is tapped at Hazira, where it fuels the entire western and northern grids through the HBJ pipeline. The natural decline of the reservoir pressure was countered by induction of booster compressors, which were deployed in 2 phases. This, along with the stellar reservoir management practices of the asset, has ensured consistent production spanning over 2.5 decades. The first FPSO was deployed in April 2013 by ONGC in the Baseen and Satellite asset in the D1 field with a liquid handling capacity of 60,000 barrels per day to harness the production from the marginal fields of the asset. The production from Western Offshore Unit over the years has risen and then subsided before being stepped up again by the judicious use of technology. However, the exemplary passion with which ONGCians have relentlessly combated all challenges and braved the elements is a story to be seen, to be believed. The Western Offshore Unit continues to fuel millions of dreams and lives up to its promise of providing energy to India today and for tomorrow.